the 49ers next Monday night in a battle of unbeatens? If so, obviously you didn't check with the Eagles and Rams. Sunday, they spoiled the scenario. At the vet, Philadelphia got 2 touchdown strikes and a TD run out of Randall Cunningham, and this pick by Byron Evans, an ensuing end zone dance to beat the Giants 31-13. It's New York's first loss, Philly's 5th straight win. Meantime, at Candlestick, John Robinson reverted back to his college days, ran the option, enabling Cleveland Gary to score 3 times as L.A. stunned the 49ers 28-17 and snapped their record-tying 18-game winning streak. Great win, Coach.
It was a great victory. I think when you play against the best, you'd like to believe that brings the best out in you. It did today. I think we played very well, and we played as a team today, and I think we all walked out of there believing that.
The Bears came into Sunday's game with the Vikings at 9-1, but also fell victim to the upset. Minnesota stole one 41-13 as Mike Merriweather stripped the ball from Neil Anderson and took it the distance. The Packers are 6-5 in the thick of the playoff hunt following a 20-10 win over Tampa Bay. The subbing Anthony Dilweg threw a couple of TD tosses, including this one. Do I throw it? Do I run it? Throw it. It looks better in the stats. Speaking of stats, Jeff George had him in Indianapolis's 34-20 win over the Bengals. He was 21 of 31 for 251 yards and 3 scores as the Colts won their 3rd straight. The Jerry Glanville hype is over in Atlanta. The Falcons are 3-8. Miami handed Cleveland its 6th straight loss. KC pulled even with the Raiders atop the AFC West. New England lost its 9th straight. Pittsburgh pulled even with the Bengals atop the AFC Central. And in just the season's 2nd overtime game, Norm Johnson booted this 40-yarder to give Seattle a 13-10 come-from-behind win over the Chargers. NBA, the world...
Straight Grey Cup titles by Oilers quarterback Warren Moon. But with him busy getting ready for Buffalo tomorrow, the Eskimos were pounded in the title game by the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, a team that was rescued this season by quarterback Tom Burgess. They had some quarterback problems coming in, but they came out winners. And they were going ape at Vancouver's BC Palace. Winnipeg forced 8 turnovers in this one. Linebacker Greg Battle intercepting Tracy Ham's pass over the middle. Battle goes 32 yards for the score. He had 2 interceptions in this game as Winnipeg goes on top 17-4. Look at those fans. They are wild. Okay, here's Tom Burgess. He had 3 touchdown passes on the day, was the offensive player of the game. That one going to Perry Tuttle. Remember him, the ex-Clemson Tiger. That blows it open. And finally, yes, it is the Winnipeg Blue Bombers drinking from that famed Grey Cup, and I'm sure that was sparkling cider. The Eastern Conference champion Bombers set a Grey Cup record, 28 points in the 3rd quarter alone, as they win their 2nd CFL championship in 3 years.
Hit hard at the 49, fumbles, and the ball is recovered by Montana. He'll drop back 5. He'll plant at the 5-yard line. Rice caught it and then fumbled the football. Play action fake, and here's Montana going short, and it is intercepted by Bobby Humphrey at the 40.
San Francisco turned the ball over an un-49er-like 6 times, and for the first time in over 2 years, Joe Montana threw 3 interceptions in a game. While number 16 struggled most of the day to perform his usual magic, Rams running backs Buford McGee and Cleveland Gary were finding ways to trick the Niners.
Pitches it over to the trailing back, and that is Cleveland Gary and into the end zone on the right side for the Rams. One running back behind Everett. That is Buford McGee. He gets the call. Up the middle, touchdown!
McGee's score gave L.A. a 21-7 third quarter lead, but with the 49ers looking to clinch their 5th straight division title, a comeback had to be expected.
Screen to Harry Sidney at the 28. He's loose at the 20. He's loose at the 15. He's loose at the 10. He's in for a touchdown for San Francisco.
San Francisco eventually would close to within 4, but the Rams assembled a 17-play 4th quarter drive that ate up over 10 minutes. And in the end, it was a combination of Los Angeles and Lady Luck that did the Niners in.
Here's Everett. Pitch right. Gary dropped the football, picks it up, and goes.
With Gary scoring 3 times, the Rams won their 3rd straight regular season game at Candlestick. L.A. won't party too loudly, though, because it's best not to wake a sleeping giant. Maybe someone should wake the Bears. It might look like they're head and shoulders above their peers, but appearances can be deceiving. And with Minnesota in search of a 4th straight win, it was time to cut the Titans down to size. Herschel Walker scored 2 touchdowns and accounted for 176 yards. And Rich Gannon fired 3 touchdown passes as Minnesota scored on all 6 of its first half possessions.
Gannon hit as he throws the left side, going for
With Minnesota possessing a 34-3 halftime lead, Viking defenders spent most of the second half improving their stats. 7 times they sacked the Bears, and they also added a score.
The defender up the middle runs into Ken Clark, loses the football, and scooped up with the Vikings. Merriweather across the 20 to the 15.
Mike Merriweather's 33-yard return closed out the scoring for the Vikes as they improved to 5-6 and dealt the Bears their worst loss since 1987. The Buffalo Bills blockers like Keith Byers were on alert whenever Cunningham escaped the pocket, as Byers' college teammate Pepper Johnson found out the hard way. Byers' blocks so electrified the Eagles that they actually called a timeout to watch the replay. And the big hit on offense turned on the defense.
He's got a game tackle, man. One get there, make him cut, others should hit him at the same time. Game tackle, that's all we do.
Keep blocking, keep on your man downfield, all right? Because they're trying to game tackle, but, you know, we just keep coming off, keep blocking downfield.
All O.J. Anderson asked was for the same kind of blocking he'd had all season, but on a critical 3rd and short, he didn't get it.
Tight for the Giants, and they give it off to Otis Anderson, and he's not going to make it. He's not going to make it as the Eagles stack up.
For the first time all year, the Giants failed to control the ball on the ground, putting an added burden on Lawrence Taylor and the defense. But the Eagles had a surprisingly easy time keeping LT off Cunningham, forcing New York to blitz defensive backs to generate any pressure on the passer. And when Randall saw it coming, he got the ball to Keith Byers, who ran through the vacated secondary.
Far sideline, 25-30, 35-40, 45 midfield, cutback, 45-40, 35-30. Giants were napping, and that play burned them big.
They had to blow the assignment. Pepper blitz and the guy outside blitz.
And nobody covers you.
Nobody.
That's smart, you know that?
Huh?
That's real smart of them.
Oh, yeah, okay, keep it up.
One coach watched his strategy backfire, while the other watched his team explode and put the game away in the 4th quarter.
Cunningham backpedals. He's looking. He's dashing. He's still looking. Biding his time. Guns it. It is deflected. And is it caught? Yes. Yes. Touchdown, California. Ingram out of the slot goes in motion. 2nd and 10 Giants at their own 30. Back goes Sims. It's deflected in the air. It's intercepted. And running across the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Byron Evans. They're back. Byron Evans.
It had been 10 games since the Giants had lost, but how long since they had lost their composure?
And they're going to have a penalty.
Unnecessary roughness, number 89, and a disqualification.
Oh, bye-bye, Favaro.
On the kickoff.
You got the boot, baby. You got the boot.
It said the bigger they come, the harder they fall, and these undefeated Giants joined the league's other Titans in crashing down to earth. Well, maybe not almost as silly. All right, we get the point. Knock it off before your dad sees you. Uh-oh, too late. It was hard to take offense to even the most innocent clowning as the Lions started taking their offense straight down the field into the Broncos' end zone. The Lions had the run-and-shoot offense humming to the tune of 27 first-half points, but quarterback Bob Galliano hit a few sour notes as well.
Goes back quickly, pulls it in
Henderson's touchdown return was one of the few bright spots for the Broncos and coach Dan Reeves, who found themselves unable to stop the man who puts the run into Detroit's run and shoot. Running back number 20, Barry Sanders.
Galliano dumps it to Barry at the 35, 30, Barry to the 25, 20. He's to the near side, 15, 10. He's to the 5. He's in. Touchdown, Lions.
The pint-sized Sanders took the Detroit offense on his back and lifted the Lions to a 40-27 win.